Well, good afternoon from the 2016 Canadian Junior Ball Hockey Championships from the West End Soccer Centre here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. My name is Brenton Dreger, and I'll be your play-by-play announcer. And along with my cameraman, Rob Zitlau, we'll be bringing you this ICU Video Productions webcast. Thank you for tuning in from across Canada and around the world. Today's game will be a U-19 matchup between the visitors, the Newfoundland Service Selects, and the home team, the Alberta Rockies, getting ready for face-off here at the West End Soccer Centre. And we are moments away from face-off here in this U-19 tournament. Off the draw, Alberta going left to right, controls. They escape some danger there, and number 2 will spin things around, try to get things out. That's Colby Sissons, the rangy defenseman, trying to get things out for Alberta. Along the right-hand side, Alberta chips it in. Newfoundland goes back for it. That's number 2, Adam Holwell, playing things ahead. Alberta spin move at the side. That's Colby Sissons again at the blue line, and Alberta sends it in. A tight checking opening minute here in Edmonton. This U-19 game between Newfoundland and Alberta. Here's a break along the left side. Newfoundland chasing it down, and Alberta will get to it first there. It's Peter Tamaris retreating for Alberta. Comes up front, there's a shot, a rebound, and a second chance opportunity for number 7, Mark Hayworth of Newfoundland. Breaking out, the best chance, scoring chance so far in the opening minute of this game goes to Newfoundland. Out front again, and Hayworth has another chance, and then a spin around shot from Matthew Smith that couldn't get through. Alberta chases it down. It goes off the stick of Matthew Fisher and into the corner. Fisher escapes the forecheck, looks up along the boards. He's bothered there by number 91, Ryan Porter. Porter, one of those players to watch. He's got 24 points in 10 games in the Edmonton Minor Ball Hockey Junior A division so far this season, so he is one of those offensive threats that Newfoundland will be seeking to neutralize tonight. We've got a whistle, a minute 15 into this game, and an offensive zone face-off for Alberta.
What you might see in this kind of game is probably more, I wouldn't say body work, but more, they'll use their bodies more. They'll try to shield guys from the ball and try to use their bodies in a good way.
There was a chance out front as number 88 for Alberta. Ty Stuber had a backhanded shot that was steered away by Gordon Green for Newfoundland. And another face-off here in the Newfoundland end of the court. Again, to the right of Gordon Green. Just a minute 22 gone in this opening frame. Michael Broders controls for Newfoundland, chips it up the boards. That's Matthew Smith trying to get it out of danger. Backhand pass across from Ryan Dawson, and it'll be dumped in by Michael Broders once again. Alberta retreats. Swatted into the corner, chipped up the boards. Number 19, Caller Brown has it. Gets to the center, but not out. Now it's in. Alberta tries to cross the blue line, and it's knocked away from Nathan Stokely. Newfoundland retreats. Trying to set things up, but there's an aggressive forecheck there by Stuber. Newfoundland rims it around. Centering pass, there's a shot. Oh, it rolled off the stick of number 22, Nathan Stokely, as he had a glorious chance in front. Maybe the best chance of the night so far goes to Alberta, and it rolled off the stick of Stokely. Newfoundland coming back the other way. Here's Dawson protecting the puck. Centering pass to the captain. Number 88, Matthew Smith, centering pass, or to the point rather. That shot whistles wide. Alberta will back up, and Newfoundland will make some changes. Alberta dumps it in. 22, Nathan Stokely goes after it. Newfoundland brings it back. Breaking out of their zone. Christian Daw across court, and Alberta will bring it right back in. Number 97, Ben Gerbrandt, centering pass, the shot, that's off a block, and back into the corner. Gerbrandt gets it again, tries to spin, and we'll have our first penalty called of this afternoon's game, and it will be a high stick, so expect 4 minutes. 4 minutes in the penalty box, and it looks like it will be number 22, Nathan Stokely, drawing the penalty.
Yeah, I didn't even see that play, so I'm not sure when that took place. That must have been away from the play, because I didn't see it in the frame of video I was videotaping here. So did you see that?
I did not. I was watching Gerbrandt, the ball, the ball carrier, I suppose, and as you say, it must have been behind the play. I don't think it was knocking the ball down with a stick. I think it might have just been an old-fashioned high stick on an opponent.
Yeah.
Either way, Newfoundland gets the first chance with the man advantage. Michael Broaders brings it across the line, looks for help. He's bothered there, but escapes trouble. Centering pass, and that shot by Connell Holwell is steered to the corner. Holwell with another shot, rebound, and that was off the stick of Broaders, and then they score on another rebound as Newfoundland strikes early with the man advantage, just 26 seconds into the power play, and it's 1-0 for the Newfoundland Service Selects.
Well, I think I would have scored that one. He had a wide open net right from the slot, probably about 3 feet out, and the goalie didn't know where the ball was. He got it, put it in the back of the net, and it's 1-0 for the visitors from Newfoundland.
Well, that's the start you want. You're almost completely across the country. You're on the road. The home team takes a penalty, and you make them pay. So Newfoundland on the board. Just over 3 minutes into this game. Newfoundland back on the attack. They chip it in. Back for it goes Jacob Lapointe, one of several, or a couple of Western Hockey League players on this Alberta Rockies team. Lapointe, of course, playing 42 games this past season with the Calgary Hitmen. It's still in the Alberta Rockies zone. They try to get it out, kept in at center. Newfoundland chips it back in. After it goes number 21. That ball knocked down. Alberta wanted a high sticking call, but no such luck as that was well below the shoulders. Alberta misses it. Newfoundland keeps it in. 21 tries to center it. That's number 2, Adam Holwell, driving to the net. It gets poked off his stick. He goes into the corner, looking to center it. Looks out front, and it's knocked away. We get a quick whistle. Did the perhaps the referee thought it was covered up? Either way, a quick whistle.
No, the net got moved there.
There you go. The net came off. Okay, 13:54 left in the first period. Newfoundland still on the power play, although they've taken the penalty off the scoreboard. But nonetheless, Alberta is still in the box, and we're at. We are 5-on-5 though.
He must have got also a misconduct.
A misconduct. There
That's
you
the
go.
only thing I
So
can
the
think of.
score, the goal took the power play away. It's not a straight up double minor. It's just a 4-minute penalty. Alberta will now try to chip it out. They get it to center. 3-on-2 across the blue line. Number 88, Ty Stuber, makes a move, tries to center, comes back to the point for Regan Reginald. Rebound, they score! Tyson Davey strikes on the rebound, and the Cowbells tell you the home team has scored to even this game.
Yeah, I think the goalie for Newfoundland would like to have it back. He kicked it right out of the slot there, and when you're about 3 or 4 feet out like that, most guys won't miss. And if he could have kicked that into the boards, he would have been fine. But right out into the slot, and it's 1-1.
So Ty Stuber, ready to make that Tyson Davey, number 77, not number 80. It was Tyson Davey, I believe, who scored that one. And we are all knotted up. 4.5 minutes into this hockey game. Newfoundland controls off the draw. Kept in, though, by Alberta. And now we'll have a...
I think the ball went out of play there.
Oh,
so
went off someone on the bench on the Alberta side there.
Yeah, there. Boy, that's a lot of people on the bench there. Wow.
Full crowd, or full crew out tonight here for both sides. That ball up off the netting as well. No whistle. It was off the netting right in front of us here in the broadcast position, but no, there's a rebound, another shot and a rebound, and that one is stopped by Tommy Davis. He kicks out a couple off the chest. Newfoundland still pressuring in the offensive zone. A couple good stops there by Tommy Davis to keep this a 1-1 game. Alberta trying to get it out here from the Newfoundland forecheck. Newfoundland will switch up a couple of forwards. Alberta breaks out quickly. That poked off the Alberta Rockies stick, and Newfoundland comes back the other way. Number 7, Mark Hayworth had it pushed away from him, and Alberta comes back the other way. 19, Calder Brown chips and chases, goes after it against the boards. A little bit of contact there. Following the play is Tyson Davey, the goal scorer. Newfoundland gets it back. They flip it high and out to center. That's kept in by number 3, Jacob Lapointe. The Calgary Hitman defenseman keeps it in, and Alberta cycles it down low all the way back to the other side, the right side, and it gets past defenseman number 4, Corey Babachuk, and Alberta's forced to retreat and leave the zone. It's chipped in. Alberta looking for the steal. There's a shot and a rebound stopped by Green into the corner. Kyle Crawford has it. Back to the point. Slap shot. That was blocked. by Newfoundland as Kyle Blanchard got between that shot and the net. Newfoundland trying to get away. Aggressive forecheck here from Alberta as Gerbrandt's in the corner, poking at it. Comes out, centering pass, all the way back to the point. Number 4 shoots. That was Corey Babachuk unleashing the blast from the point, and Green stopped that. Not sure he saw it, but it went off his shoulder and into the corner. Another shot that goes wide. Alberta with pressure here, deep in the zone. There's a pinch from Jacob Lapointe. He's deep into Newfoundland territory, comes all the way back to the red line, and that will get past Babachuk, and Newfoundland will get to change some players. Hemmed in their zone. Alberta coming back on the counterattack. Quick chance. There's a shot off a stick and into the netting as Alberta was breaking back. Newfoundland changing, and Alberta, or Newfoundland I should say, is fortunate to see that shot go up and into the mesh.
Yeah, again, because of the long change in the first half, both teams have to do the long change, and so you really have to be mindful of when your defense changes, and Edmonton caught him there, or Alberta caught him on that long change there.
Couple good chances already for 97, Ben Gerbrandt of the Rockies. Alberta chips it back in. Josh Clark goes in hard after it. The Alberta forecheck pays off here. Clark gets the turnover. That's swatted to the corner. They'll be scooped up by Porter along the left side. Had it poked off his stick momentarily. Now he chips it in deep, and he goes to the front of the net. Centering pass. That was knocked away by Christian Daw. Back to the blue line. Here's a shot. Alberta, that goes wide as Christian Torney got his stick on that. Now Newfoundland coming back the other way. They'll chip and chase. 23. Andrew Mercer going after it. Has it poked away from him to the goaltender, and Alberta will quickly scoop it out and try to transition here. The blue line, Alberta gets it out. And it's quickly poked back into their zone. Nearing the 10-minute mark. 10 minutes remaining in this first period here. 1-1 the score. Pretty even competition so far. Alberta number 71, Christian Chorney throws it toward the net. That's blocked by 21. We should tell you there are 2 players wearing number 21 on Newfoundland and Labrador, so we'll just go with numbers for now. 71 for Alberta. Sends it in deep. Alberta still pressuring here. Trying to get a pass out front. That was knocked off the stick of Josh Clark. And Newfoundland will send it all the way down for an icing call to get a whistle and a line change for Newfoundland.
Yeah, I always say to, when I was coaching my defensemen, if you start running around like that and you're gassed, like, just get it out of the zone. Get a whistle, try to regroup, because otherwise, if you make a mental mistake and you're too tired, the ball could be in the back of your net.
Super settles in for the draw, tries to poke it ahead for Alberta. Newfoundland gets to it first. It squeaks out front and poked away as number 19, Caller Brown, was moving in dangerously. Back the other way, Newfoundland. Matthew Smith down the right side, tries to center. Nobody's home on that pass. That puck off, that ball off the mesh. Number 10, Ryan Dawson scoops it up, back to the point. Here's a shot, that's off a stick and high and over the net as Adam Blanchard unloaded. Alberta picks it up, they'll get it to center. Chip and go after it. Number 19, Caller Brown, goes after it, but the Newfoundland player is there first. Adam Blanchard avoids one check and another. And the Selects will get it to center. Chipped in. Back for it goes Regimbald. Plays it off the boards and down. Deep into the corner, and it'll be enough for an icing call against Alberta. 8:56 to go in the first period.
Yeah, not quite the pace we saw in the previous game, in the U-15 game. So this is more, they go in spurts of about maybe 20, 30 seconds and then a stoppage in place. So we'll see if this will continue or if they finally get some flow going in this game.
So the face-off to the left of Tommy Davis. Connell Holwell for Newfoundland to take the draw. He wins it back to his point man, Christian Daw. Plays it across. Matthew Fisher being bothered there. He's on his backhand, trying to get the puck in deep, or the ball in deep, and he does. Comes back to Fisher. Pokes it to the middle. Scooped up by Newfoundland to the point. Here's a shot. A little bit of traffic in front. Then it goes behind. Fisher tries to wrap around, and the paddle was there by Davis. Centering pass. And Street got a shot away, and now it'll be squeezed and held by Tommy Davis, drawing another face-off to his left.
Yeah, they got lucky there again. Again, another shot from the slot, about 4 or 5 feet out there, and I think somebody just got a stick on it at the last minute. Otherwise, that could have been in the back of the net also.
A tight checking game so far. A couple of minutes of pressure, I guess, for either team here. Maybe Alberta with the better pressure so far offensively, but otherwise a pretty tight checking affair so far. Kyle Blanchard in for the face-off for Newfoundland here. He wins that one back to his point man, Adam Holwell. Avoids a check, gets to the slot, tries a shot, it's off a stick, and up and out of play. And we mentioned the tight checking, and there's an example of it again as Holwell made a nice move at the line, snuck in, and the gap quickly closed.
Yeah, I've seen a few plays from a variety of different players where they're on their off wing, and then they fake to the outside, and then they go inside. So a lot of guys are biting on that play, and then they're beating their guy.
Blanchard loses this draw, but then quickly digs in for the forecheck. Alberta will get it up. Trying to escape the zone here. They get to the center line, chip it in to the left of Gordon Green. Noseworthy sends it around the boards. Alberta first to it over there. That shot goes wide. Green will just paddle it to himself and make a little bit of a tricky first baseman style play there as he kind of poked the ball in the air and then had to somehow settle it in before it could bounce dangerously in front of his own net.
Yeah, it's not like a puck. When the ball starts swerving and curving like that, if you don't get it the first time, sometimes it could be bouncing around like a yo-yo, and luckily he got it before it could go in the back of his net.
Almost turned into one of the better scoring chances for Alberta so far in this game. Alberta's on the forecheck. They keep the ball in as Tamaris was the first to the ball. Here's Sissons, winds and fires, that's blocked. Now here we go, 2-on-1 for Newfoundland. Alberta hustles back to close that off. Mark Hayworth in there on the left board, centering pass, no one there, and Alberta will have some time to work it out to center. Backhanded in, fired around the boards. Tamaris goes after it, but it bounced off the boards into the back of the netting, and Green will just hang on, bringing about another face-off with 7:30 left in the first period.
It seems like Alberta, they're trying to carry the ball across the blue line rather than Newfoundland. Sometimes they'll try to little chip and chase and get some speed going here. So we'll see which one will win out here in that kind of style.
Newfoundland wins the draw, and they get it out to center as Hayworth sent it across. Centers as far as they'll get as Alberta picks it up, and Stokely brings it in. Gets by his man, knocks him down on the process, looks for help, finds it on the boards, to the high slot, and it rolled off the stick of Ty Stuber. Back to the point. Here's a shot high and didn't miss by much. Maybe 6 inches or so above the crossbar. And now it's up and out of play into the Alberta bench once again.
Yeah, just no flow to this game. It's, again, as a coach, I liked it when it's like back and forth and you can get guys into a flow, and these teams might have played already a game today, and so if this is their second game of the day, their legs might be kind of lumbering right now.
Newfoundland nearly had a chance there as 21 nearly broke in. Now Alberta scoops it up. It's across the line. 97. Ben Gerbrandt tried to pick up another scoring chance, and that was knocked off his stick. Newfoundland comes back the other way, 3-on-2. Gerbrandt hustling back to make it a 3-on-3. Kept in at the line by number 15, Matthew Fisher. He backs it in, 21 bodying his man, and it's poked off his stick and into the Newfoundland bench for another stoppage at play. 6:28 left in the first period, 1-1 on goals by Holwell for Newfoundland and Davey for Alberta. Coming into this game, of course, Newfoundland ranked second in the U-19 pool, and Alberta fourth overall, so close seeding here for both teams. Newfoundland retreating back to pick it up. Mark Pasemko sends it across for Alberta, and back come the selects. Here's a 2-on-1 shaping up. Newfoundland across the line, tries a shot. That was number 8, Michael Broders, and Davis made the save, popped it out. Newfoundland still controlling it in the corner. Broders again. He's bumped off the puck. Alberta comes away with it. Scooped up again, though, by Smith, Matthew Smith. Dishes it off. Number 2, and that's Adam Holwell with a weak backhander handled by Davis, and he'll freeze that one.
Yeah, the Newfoundland player there maybe should have shot the ball a little bit quicker because he tried to go a couple of strides extra, and then the Alberta player came back and knocked his stick, and then he didn't have a great shot on net. So sometimes it's if you can get that quick shot away, that sometimes surprises the goalie, or at least you might get a rebound off a shot on nets.
Face off to the right of Davis. Newfoundland controls on the forecheck. Now comes up the blue line. Looks like Alberta will get it out. Bank pass off the boards. It's across center, but it's picked up smartly there by number 66, Michael Noseworthy, and played right back in for Newfoundland. Holwell bumped off the puck. He goes back and picks it up, sends it ahead. 87, couldn't get past his man, and he's knocked down. Now Alberta brings it across the line again. Turning it into 2-on-1. Here's a shot. Oh, it rolled off the stick of number 69, Peter Tamaris. Good move to get in the open, and then a quick recovery by the Newfoundland defender to take it away. Clark across the line. He's knocked off the puck. It's chipped in by Porter. Alberta chasing it down, but it falls into the lap of Gordon Green, and he'll hang on, preventing any dangerous scoring opportunities. 4:56 left in the first period. We're at this point where it's 30, 40 seconds, stoppage and play, and like you say, these teams have already played one game each in this tournament, and you wonder if they kind of like that pace, if it's working, if it's kind of what will play nicely into their strategy.
Yeah, some teams like to play it that way, and some teams they like to use your speed. So looks like both teams like to play this type of game.
Scramble drop picked up by Alberta. High slot. A good shot there by number 22, Nathan Thokley, and he didn't miss by much. Alberta keeps it in, sent in, it's gloved down and brought back out. Newfoundland on the counterattack. It's Connell Holwell down the right side. He holds up, looks for help, chips it into the corner, scooped up by Street. He sends it back around for Holwell. Little cycle going here. Alberta interrupts that and will run it up to center. Oh, that almost intercepted by Christian Daw. Turns into a chance the other way. Alberta cross pass. Oh, and what a save, and then it goes in. Oh, Green made the initial save, and I think it might have bounced off one of the selects and into the corner of the net. I think it was Crawford who sent the pass across. Green made the save.
Yeah, I think they're trying to see if maybe he kicked it in. So if there's a, that's the only thing I can think of, to see if he maybe purposely tried to kick it in here.
Now Alberta's celebrating like it went in, of course, but I will say with some subdued high fives. The referees are congregating around that right face-off dot to the right of Gordon Green, and even one of the Alberta players is Braden Sullivan is right there as the referees confer, compare notes, and see what they saw. All right, it's a goal. It is a goal.
I've heard some people say that it doesn't matter if it's ball hockey, ice hockey. If you can kick it in or whatever, that's just a good athletic play. So they should allow that in all kinds of hockey. So I don't know if it'll ever come to that, but yeah, they ruled that it wasn't kicked in, that maybe he kicked it and went off of somebody, or he missed it and it went in. We don't have a replay here, so we'll go with the referee call, and it's 2-1.
Well, with a little bit of controversy maybe, with 4:22 left in the first period here, the refs will drop the ball and get this back underway. Now the next question, I guess, is who gets official credit for the goal?
Yes.
But nonetheless, it is Alberta up 2-1 with just under 4.5 minutes left to play in the first period. They were trailing 1-0 early on, and they tied it, and now they've taken the lead. Alberta wins the draw. It's chipped in by Braden Sullivan. He'll get to it first, but he's up against two Selects attackers. Stiff forecheck here. Mark Pasemko is in there on the right side, sends it back to the point. Teed up, inside move. Tried to look across, and that was blocked as Colby Sissons tried to make a move to the high slot. He's bothered by a couple of Newfoundland defenders behind the goal. Can't come out front, but it comes back to the point. Here's a shot from 71, Christian Chorney. And that's an up and out of play with 3:50 to go in the first.
It's amazing how many defensemen are doing that sort of inside-outside move. And if you lose it, it could be a 2-on-1 or a breakaway going the other way. And but it's also amazing that a lot of them are making that play work. So I don't know if they just see something that they think that these players can beat that one forward, or because I'm surprised at how many defensemen are making that move, and it's actually working. Because if it doesn't, it could be a 2-on-1 or a breakaway going the other way.
Looks like a timeout called here by Alberta, I believe.
Yeah.
And so we will a little timeout for that. You know, and the interesting thing you point out, the defenseman making that move. The other thing I will say is we talked about the a bit of the choppy game, not so much flow, but frequent stoppages. It really seems like the two teams are trying to keep it simple and play the ball back to the point to get those shots. You've seen Colby Sissons for Alberta, Christian Chorney fire a few at the net, and the same thing on the Newfoundland side, playing the ball back to the point, trying to keep it simple, get those shots through the traffic, and that seems to be what they're content to do. A little bit of cycling as well, I suppose, but you're not seeing the back and forth, to and fro, fast rush, quick pace game with both of these teams already having one game under their belt.
Yeah, it's very methodical. It's again, it's very, rather than shooting the ball in, or it's they'll carry the ball past the blue line and then try to make a play. And yeah, it's again, it's a different style of ball hockey that we saw as opposed to the U-15. The game before, it was a lot of speed, a lot of alley-oop, and whereas this is complete opposite of what we saw that last game.
All right, so the face-off will come to the left of Newfoundland goaltender Gordon Green. Ryan Porter in to take the draw against Connell Holwell of Newfoundland. Alberta wins it back, high slot, quick shot. That was blocked as Peter Tamaris tried to fire one off the draw, and that was blocked by a Newfoundland defender. Tamaris gets it in, sends it out front. It's tipped wide. Porter goes after it. Alberta on the forecheck, 2 men in deep. Porter comes up with it. He's on the right side. Comes to the point. Here's Chorney, another shot through traffic, steered away by Green. Alberta gets it back. There's a centering pass by Davey, poked away. Another stop by Green. What a save in tight as Green managed to close the door between the blocker and his body to keep that ball out. Keeping it to 2-1 for Alberta. They're still on the attack though. Peter Tamaris in the corner. Falls down with his man. Porter's in there as well. Porter comes out with it, sends it toward the goal. That's steered away. And number 12 for Newfoundland backhands it up and down the floor. Street getting a stick on that with a perfect draw weight. Gets it across the red line with no icing, giving Newfoundland a chance to change. Alberta bringing it back out to center. That was quintessential curling right there from the Newfoundland defender. That ball bouncing off the end boards. Green leaves it behind his goal. Newfoundland will sub it out here. Up to center, number 21 gets it. Chips it out to Michael Noseworthy, who flips it in high and into the glove of Tommy Davis, who will just hang on with 2:27 left in the first.
Yeah, that last shift there was a good 30-40 seconds in Newfoundland zone, and Alberta was showing its size on that, and then a little bit of body work just to push guys off the ball on that. So we'll see if that continues.
Face off to the right of Davis. Newfoundland wins it. Kept into the line by Noseworthy. Chips it in the corner. Number 23, Andrew Mercer, comes up with it, sends it around. Now Alberta will get it in. They look for the alley-oop pass of some sort. They look like they might do a bank pass, and that fooled Kyle Crawford, who put himself offside, and Alberta had to regroup. That's sent in. Blocker saved by Green. Nathan Thokley goes after it, sends it out front. Easy to handle for the defender. Now it's poked in. Oh, with that Thokley with that little poke nearly sent it into a dangerous position right in front of the net of Green. 21 for Newfoundland, one of 2 number 21s for Newfoundland in this game. Just slides it to the boards. Picked up by 14, Kyle Crawford sends it in and goes after it. He's got all kinds of speed going after it. He was bodying into Michael Noseworthy there. Noseworthy hangs on to possession though. Noseworthy off the boards. And Newfoundland transitions out to center. Mercer goes after it against Stuber. Stuber comes up with that one, but it gets rung around the boards, and Newfoundland will keep it in, with Conway being the first one to get there. Now Alberta has some room with Newfoundland making changes. Pasemko, checked up, it's Regenbald, sends it across, now Alberta's across the line. Stuber, lost it. Now he gets it back and dishes it off to Gerbrandt, all the way back to the point. Kept in by Regenbald. Alberta changing their defender. There's a quick shot, handled by Green into the corner. Tholkley goes after it. In behind the goal is Babachuk. Flips it to the point. LaPointe is there. His pass across is too far ahead of his defender, who could do nothing but just kind of poke it ahead. Alberta still in the forecheck here. They're close to a solid minute of pressure here on Newfoundland. No great scoring chances in this pressure, but they've got them hemmed in. Now Newfoundland will get it to center and out. Chris Smith sends it across, nobody there. And Alberta will send it down, and that'll be an icing call against the Rockies. Just 12.5 seconds left in the first period. Alberta leading 2-1, and Newfoundland will have an offensive zone faceoff.
Yeah, Alberta's starting to dominate the last 3-4 minutes. It's basically about 75% of the time it's been down in Newfoundland zone. So they're starting to use their size. They're starting to cycle the ball. And now luckily if they get out of this period here, because of the long change, maybe it'll change the fortunes for Newfoundland in the second half.
Rodgers steps in to take the draw for Newfoundland. Referee taking his time with this one. Now he drops it. Alberta wins it. Rodgers goes after it into the corner. His defender spins away from him. Alberta will get it to the blue line and across center. Newfoundland chips it back in, and Alberta will get it to center as the buzzer sounds to end the first period. 2-1, Alberta leads with a little bit of controversy there with a few minutes left in that first period, as I guess what might have been a kicked in goal or something that just bounced off an Alberta player. The referees conferred. They said it will stand, and so Alberta has the narrow 1-goal margin heading into the second. We'll be back with second period action in a moment. You're watching the 2016 Canadian Junior Ball Hockey Championships from the West End Soccer Centre in Edmonton, Alberta. Well, here we go as we get ready for the second period in this game at the Canadian Junior Ball Hockey Championships from the West End Soccer Center here in Edmonton. The home team, Alberta Rockies, hosting the visitors from Newfoundland, the Service Selects. Alberta has a 2-1 lead. They fell behind on an early goal by Holwell for Newfoundland, and then got a goal from Davey, and another that went off an Alberta player after a 2-on-1. As we start things off here in the second, a turnover at the blue line. Newfoundland brings it back across the line, and that is number 7, Mark Hayworth, having it poked off his stick. Newfoundland still gains control. A chippy game here so far. Not a lot of flow back and forth. Both these teams have already played a game today. Maybe the tired legs factoring in. Alberta had a slight edge maybe in the forecheck, the pressure, and here they are once again in the Newfoundland zone. Backhanded in by number 71, Christian Chorney. He's tried to tee it up a few times from the point already in this game. Gerbrandt after it. He's had a couple of scoring chances. One rolled off his stick. That puck sent back to the blue line and knocked off of the stick. Number 7, Mark Hayworth, trying to make a power move around the outside. He's poked away, now comes toward the net, and there will be a penalty. Hayworth's physical drive to the net draws a penalty, and Newfoundland will go back on the power play.
Yeah, it was a nice play by the Newfoundland player there. He tried to use some speed there, and the Alberta player tried to use his body, and he got caught for interference. So that's what happens when you got some speed against somebody that's big like that. The big guy will try to use his body, and the short guy will try to use his speed, and that time speed beat the big body.
So Chorney will go to the box for 2 minutes. And Newfoundland goes on the power play. The face-off to the right of Tommy Davis. Dawson takes the draw for Newfoundland. They'll send it back behind the goal. Smith has it. He's bothered there, spins away from his check. Sends it back to Michael Conway on the left side. He'll backhand it to the point. Noseworthy has it. He's got some time to wind this up. Back to Conway, pinned against the boards. Conway gets it kicked away from him, but Newfoundland will maintain control. Chris Smith in the corner. Alberta pressuring the outside hard on this power play. They'll send it back to the point for Noseworthy. Gets away from one check. Has a bit of room. Sends it toward the goal. Glove down and in and out of the glove of Davis. And it'll be scooped up again. Dawson drops it for Noseworthy. Noseworthy holds up. Looks back for Dawson. Takes the shot. Sends it over. Back to Dawson. That'll be chipped away by Alberta. No, and kept in. And now it'll come out as number 22, Nathan Tholey sent it in. There's a chance, short-handed for Stuber, and that was knocked away. Ty Stuber at the corner of the goal just lifted it over the net on a great short-handed chance for Alberta. Still 1 minute left in the penalty to Christian Chorney. Newfoundland comes out. Fancy move there by number 73, Connell Hallway, to get across the line. He's by himself, waiting for help. There's a shot on the short side. Behind the goal, Hallwell comes out the other side in the corner. Has it swatted off his stick, and Alberta will be able to clear. That's LaPointe by himself. Tries to get by one guy, but he can't beat two. And LaPointe, a good effort shorthanded, will have to head to the bench on a change. Newfoundland coming back out with less than half a minute left in this power play. Pinballs around at the blue line. Newfoundland sends it in, and Street will touch it for an offside call with 15 seconds left on the man advantage.
Are they going to call that intentional or not? No, they're just going to. Sometimes if a referee yells at you and then you just keep on going, they might say, okay, rather than outside the blue line, it's out of your blue line.
Newfoundland controls off the draw, sends it across the left side for Broaders. To the point for Smith, that's Matthew Smith. Tees it up, dishes it off. Centering pass, big save, rebound, it's in front of the net and finally covered by Tommy Davis as the ball was loose precariously with Ethan Street, number 12, in the neighborhood, and he was tied up. Couldn't get a good stick on it, and Tommy Davis finally able to smother it.
That was a great play there. They got it to the slot, and he wasted no time. It was a one-timer. If he would have waited an extra second too, somebody would have came in and blocked the shot, got it on net, and almost a rebound in the back of the net.
And we've talked about the role that the defensive all played in this game already. A lot of passes back to the point, trying to get those shots through traffic, and that one nearly paid off for Newfoundland, trying to even up this game. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Alberta gets it to the line. Kept in, all the way back into the corner as Matthew Smith sent it in deep. Ethan Street going after it. Now Alberta will get it to the line and out. And a rush here for 77 Tyson Davey. That's interrupted. Davey now on the forecheck as Newfoundland tries to get it out. Davey in pursuit. Nearly created a turnover there, but Newfoundland escaped. And they'll get it across as Adam Blanchard made a move there. Comes all the way around the boards, a foot race for it now. And two Newfoundland players nearly collided there as Christian Daw ran into his man. They'll dish it off across the line. Here's a shot, he scores! Connell Holwell from the blue line with a wrister that somehow found the sweet spot and beat Tommy Davis on the blocker side. We've got a tie game.
It looked like it was maybe a change-up because it looked like he was trying to block it, and then all of a sudden it either dipped on him or maybe misjudged the speed on it. But yeah, that's a tough one to let in.
So Alberta trailed 1-0 early, tied it, and then got the fortunate bounce that went in. And now Newfoundland failed to score on the power play, but they got a wrister from the blue line by Connell Holwell. And it's a 2-2 game with just over 14 minutes left in the second period. The second seed versus the fourth seed here in the U-19 division. Newfoundland chases it in. Christian Daw goes after it. Can't track it down. Good move there at center, and now it's finally interrupted by 21 of Newfoundland. Brings it across the blue line. There you go, two 21s crossing paths at the blue line, and Alberta will scoop that up, send it in deep. That's gloved down by Noseworthy. He fires it right back in, and it's stopped by Davis. You think the message now is for Newfoundland to shoot from anywhere? Maybe after one shaky goal, maybe they're going to test Davis here and make sure nothing is easy for him. Davis steering that one aside easily, though. Centering pass on the offhand for number 23, Andrew Mercer, and that snuck through traffic. Trying a break pass there for Alberta. Now here's a 2-on-1. Stuber has a man with him. Stuber takes his time, winds and fires. Blocker is saved by Green. Rebound, and he scores! Nathan Stokely on the rebound, and Alberta's back in front.
Well, that was a slow developing 2-on-1. At first I thought, boy, they screwed that up, and then a lucky bounce, and also they put it in the back of the net. That was I don't think that was the way they drew it up on the chalkboard as far as the 2-on-1 goes, but it did work.
I guess they had the time without the back pressure. Stuber slowed up. Was never really looking pass, I don't think, there. He was looking shot the whole way, and then the rebound went to Thokley, and he managed to sneak it past Gordon Green. So Alberta, after giving up the tying goal, quickly finds regains the lead.
Yeah, it's been a lot of goals. I would say more on the ugly side. Nothing really pretty out here. It's just get it to the net and see what happens.
Newfoundland controls at center, sent in by number 88, Matthew Smith. Broaders goes after it, gets swatted into the corner, and Alberta will get some time to turn it up the floor. 97, Ben Gerbrandt just shovels it in, makes Newfoundland retreat to get it, and Alberta will forecheck. Gerbrandt in there with his stick, waiting for it to come loose. Lapointe fires it back in, just swats it into the corner. Centering pass, and there was a shot, but a good check by the Newfoundland player to make sure that shot didn't get through. Gerbrandt bothering Holwell. Back to the blue line, that shot off a block and into the corner. Crawford in there creating pressure for Alberta now. Gerbrandt comes in to help. Alberta comes up with it, back to the blue line, not far enough. And Matthew Smith will send it almost the length of the floor for Newfoundland. Alberta gets it all the way out to center. Newfoundland is changing, but number 5, Mark Pacent, goes by himself. Down the right side looking for help, holds up, looks for a trailer, sends it in front, intended for Ben Gerbrandt, just out of his reach. Gerbrandt still has it. Sends it down low. Pasemko couldn't get to it. Alberta maintains possession. 11.5 left in the second period. Out in front, there's a shot. That was blocked as number 69, Peter Tamaris, went down. Newfoundland back the other way to the blue line. That's number 73, Connell Holwell. He's all by himself waiting for reinforcements now. He shovels it, tried to get it to the corner. That was stopped, and Alberta will go back the other way. And there's a ball chipped up into the netting, so we'll have another whistle with just over 11 minutes to go in the second period.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the Newfoundland players are used to playing in a soccer center like this. I know the Edmonton area players are, but it's interesting to see if talking to from the teams from out of town, if they're used to playing in this type of playing surface.
Hallwell and Porter on the draw. Porter comes away with that one. Alberta has possession. They'll retreat. Jason Morgan sends it up to Porter. He's across the red line. Dishes it off. Shot toward the goal, and I think they hit the goal post. A good chance there for Alberta. Another pad save by Gordon Green. Newfoundland gets it to the red line, not out. And it's turned around there by Peter Tamaris. Kept into the line again. Here's Regenbald. Just wrists it toward the net, and that went wide. Through traffic, nobody got a stick on it. Morgan bodied his man, but couldn't keep the ball in, and I think there's going to be a penalty against number 17. And that looks like roughing to Jason Morgan. Just a bit too physical there as the Newfoundland player tried to get back, get around him to chase down the clearing attempt. Morgan took the body, not the ball, and he'll spend 2 minutes or less thinking about it.
Yeah, there again, it's size against speed, and speed went out against.
Newfoundland on the power play. They cross the line quickly, centering in front. Davis makes the initial save. It hangs there for a second, and now another penalty called. And this is going to be a slash against Alberta. So we will have a 5-on-3 man advantage for a minute 53 as that ball hung in the goal crease dangerously. And it's going to be number 22, Nathan Thokley, going to the box for that one.
Yeah, Nathan got beat inside again, and that speed, he got beat inside, so he's going to the net, so we have to take the penalty. Otherwise, it might have been 3-2.
So this might be the most open floor we've seen today, a fairly tight checking affair. Now Newfoundland has a 5-on-3. That shot, though, banked off the boards all the way down. Newfoundland will have to retreat. 10 minutes left in the second period. 3-2 ball hockey game. It's back to the point. Holwell. He'll take his time. Send it across to Smith. Down low. Working the perimeter. Alberta gets a stick on it. Back to Smith. Fakes the shot. Then goes cross court. Oh, and there's a pass intended for Street. Just out of his reach. Alberta gloves it ahead. Street knocks it down. Takes his time. Dishes to Holwell. They're going to set it up here. Holwell gets it back. There's a shot from the captain. That goes wide. Broder picks it up. Broder has it to Holwell. He looks left side. Not in the wheelhouse. There's a shot and a rebound. Loose in front. Whacked away by Street. And it gets poked to the side of the net. Street has it again. Oh, and that ball backhanded waist high and past the outstretched stick of number 2, Adam Holwell. Holwell still out there on this power play. 43 seconds remaining in the first penalty. Still a 5-on-3. Down low. They'll work it around here, try and find a shooting lane. Broders fakes the shot, passes off. Holwell fires, rebound, and it just dribbles wide, still loose. It's behind the goal. They'll try to wrap it around. It's poked to the back of the netting. And now into the corner. Dawson to the point. Smith. He's checked there. Comes to Holwell. He fires. Good pad save there by Davis. And it goes behind the net. Puck comes loose. The block goes down, and that shot off the block as Broders try to find the short side. Broders off his stick. Alberta picks it up, and they will clear. Backhanded off the boards by a tired Colby Sissons. And we've got another whistle.
Yeah, he was offside at the blue line there, but that was a great power play for Newfoundland. They moved it around quite nicely. Again, some nice quick shots from the slot there. There was, I think, one time a defenseman got it, and he didn't waste time with the big slap shot. He just got it on net. And sometimes it's that big slap shot, guys can get sticks in front of it. Sometimes it's that snapshot. If it's very quick and on net, that's even more effective than a big slap shot.
So we're to 5-on-4 now. Still 2 minutes, though, left in the penalty to Nathan Thokley. Newfoundland still with the man advantage. They'll play it back to the point. Fisher dishes off, gets it back. There's a shot, another pad saved by Davis. They're trying the low pad, and Davis kicks out that rebound, and Alberta clears it all the way down the ice. Newfoundland with just over a minute and a half now left in the man advantage. Newfoundland less than 8 minutes left in the second period, and they're looking for the equalizer. And this is the opportunity. There's a shot just off the stick of Lapointe as 23 Andrew Mercer let that go. Lapointe just got a piece of it to direct it wide. Alberta will get it to the blue line, a chance to clear here. They'll have all kinds of time. They'll flip it out and down the floor. Corey Babachuk sending that down. And Alberta retreats, waiting for the Newfoundland fresh changes. And Newfoundland is out there now ready to see if they can make some hay on this power play. 1 minute left, and Davis will freeze this one for another offensive zone face-off for the Newfoundland Selects.
Yeah, I'd say that last 45 seconds, that was more in Alberta's favor there. They did a good job getting the ball out of the zone there, and Newfoundland really couldn't establish setting up. Typically, because of the floating blue line, you'll have a defenseman way high near the center line, and then he'll sort of control the play.
Newfoundland still has 1 minute left in this power play, and they control in the offensive zone. Alberta scoops it up. That's 17, Jason Morgan, who took a penalty earlier. He gets it to the line and not out. Hallwell winds it up, lets it rip off a block and into the corner. Michael Broaders dishes it off to Hallwell. Here's a spin shot by 73, Connell Hallwell. It's loose at the side of the goal. They whack away at it, and there's a cross check. And I believe it was Hallwell, Adam Hallwell, who went hard into the boards as he took a cross check, and it looks like, yep, there'll be another penalty against Alberta as Hallwell, chasing that loose ball bound behind the net, took a tough hit. And Alberta's going to send another player to the sin bin here.
Yeah, right now Newfoundland's out racing Alberta to the ball, and so they've been taking these penalties. That's because they're out of position, and they're chasing Newfoundland right now.
So that's Regan Reginbald with Nathan Thokley still in the box for another 28 seconds. So Newfoundland goes back to 5-on-3. They trail 3-2. This is kind of a pivotal moment in this hockey game. Newfoundland really wants to equalize here. Alberta wins the draw, but they're knocked off the ball. Now number 2, Colby Sissons gets it back, and he's going to rush by himself. Makes a fancy move. He's in alone. Colby Sissons shoots. What a stop on the breakaway. Gordon Green denied Colby Sissons, but what a rush by the defenseman. 6'2", 180 pounds, using every inch of his rangy body there to get around on a fancy move on Newfoundland. Their short-handed opportunity, 5-on-3 as well. Newfoundland is back in the zone. They drop it back. Connell Hallwell taking some time, dishes it off to the other Hallwell, and that shot off a stick and up into the mesh. What a chance by Colby Sissons to really ice it for Alberta.
Well, what happened in that play is Newfoundland defenseman got caught looking at the ball. If you're looking at the ball, rather than basically we teach defensemen to look at the middle of the body, because that's not going to dipsy-doodle like a ball is. And he got caught looking at the ball. He gives him a howdy-doody, and that's where he got the breakthrough out of.
And Colby Sissons got 22 points as a rookie in Swift Current with the Western Hockey League this past season, showing some offensive flair down 2 men as well. Newfoundland controls off the draw. It's 5-on-4 power play now as Nathan Thokley is out of the box. Newfoundland still in the offensive zone. Hallwell spending a lot of time out there on this power play, anchoring the blue line for Newfoundland. Newfoundland making a change on the fly here. Alberta flips it high and off the mesh in the ceiling as they tried to clear that ball with 53 seconds left in the penalty.
Wow, there's a lot of height here because of soccer being played inside here, but back in the day I used to play a lot in Tipton and Donner Arena, and the ceiling in those would be maybe 10, 15 feet up, whereas this is way 25, 30 feet up, so that's why the alley-oop can be used quite a bit in this facility.
Face off to the right of Tommy Davis. Less than a minute left in the power play here for Newfoundland. Alberta controls, move to the side of the goal. They get it to the blue line, kept in initially, and now it's across the red line as Christian Daw goes back for it. He's being pressured, and now we have a whistle, and we've got a Newfoundland penalty, number 18 on a hook. That's Kyle Blanchard going to the box for hooking, so that'll even things up here and end the Newfoundland run of power plays. Kyle Blanchard getting a hook in the neutral zone. It'll be 4-on-4 for 40 seconds, and then Alberta will have a power play for 1:20. The Rockies breathing a bit of a sigh of relief there as they kind of finally get away from being down a man or two, and they get to play some 4-on-4 hockey here and try and close this one out with less than 5.5 minutes left to go in the second period. That's number 8, Michael Broders. He's been out there a lot on the power play as well. He's still out there for Newfoundland. Coach Steve Power leaning on him quite a bit this afternoon. And he's after it now, comes up with it, gets into the slot, tries a shot, and that is stopped and held by Tommy Davis. That shot right in his midsection, no rebound with Newfoundland on the door.
Yeah, what I've noticed from Tommy is that he does like to play back in the net. So sometimes big goalies like to come out and use their size and cut down the angle, but he's maybe 2 or 3 feet out from the goal line, and I guess he likes to stay close to the net.
And we wondered if Newfoundland might try to test him from anywhere after that wrister from the blue line beat him earlier, but he's been solid since then. Scrambling a few times on some rebounds, but hey, his team's been down a man or two, so you expect some of those opportunities. Matthew Fisher gets it, sends it deep into the zone. Keeps it in, tries another wrist shot, misses on the short side. It bounces dangerously at the side of the goal, and Alberta will scoop it up and work it out to center. This is Stokely, tries to chip it around his man, and that was blocked down, and Newfoundland comes back the other way. Turned over at the blue line, but flipped into the mesh at the Alberta blue line.
Yeah, one of the things about playing in the soccer center is when guys try to shoot it up the boards, if it's not right along the boards in both ends of the rink, it can come out into the slot. And so some guys, if they're not used to the boards here, it's not like true ice hockey boards. And so you have to really watch it sometimes, especially for the players that have not used to playing this facility.
Dawson there on the draw just decided to poke it ahead and poked it just a bit too far. Gloved by Davis, and they'll do it all over again. Alberta gets a chance to change their lines here in the defensive zone. Dawson and company will stay out there for the Newfoundland service selects. Face off to the left of Davis. That's number 2, Colby Sissons, tied up in the corner for Alberta. Newfoundland forechecking hard. Now Sissons will get it again. He's got a bit of time this time to try and break out. Sends it across to his defensive partner, Jason Morgan. He's to center. Just pokes it in. And Ryan Porter will go in on the forecheck. Alberta comes up with it. Porter has it behind the goal. Looks out front. Doesn't see anybody. Goes all the way back to the point for Sissons. Winds and, oh, no, he doesn't let it go. Makes a move in, shoots, and that's off a stick. There's a rebound. Loose in front, another chance. Reginbald. Check that. Number 5, Mark Pasenko had it loose in front and couldn't put it home. Now Newfoundland comes back. 2-on-1 chance. Nope. That's taken away by Morgan. Alberta comes back the other way. Number 69, Peter Tamaris. Poked away from him. Here comes number 8. We've seen a lot of this Newfoundland player, Michael Broders. He holds up. He's all alone. Backhands it in, and he'll go off on a change. Adam Hallwell in forechecking. Decides to retreat to his blue line position. Alberta all kinds of time here to wind it out of its zone. That goes ahead to Pasemko. He's in, got some time, looking to center. Sets up behind the goal. Has it knocked away from him. Gets it back. Spins away from a check. Looks out front, that's off a stick. Alberta still controlling. Goes to the point. Here's Sissons. That shot off a stick and into the corner. Sissons gets away from his man who lost his stick, but can't get a shot through. Now he looks in front. There's a shot, poked away, and Newfoundland will get it out to center. Across the line is Mercer. Weak wrister toward the net, sailed over top of the net. 21 backhands it into the corner. Sissons is still out there. Long shift for the Alberta defender. Battle in the corner, it'll squirt loose to Sissons behind the goal. He'll spin away from his guy with 2.5 minutes left to go, but Newfoundland will keep it in. 21 spins, centers. There's a shot that just went wide as Adam Blanchard got loose in the high slot. Here's Hallwell out there again. That shot off a stick into the corner. Hallwell's logged a lot of time on the floor this afternoon, and now he's in the left corner. Looking for some help. Nobody open in the slot. Throws it toward the net. Loose ball in front. Rebound, they jam away. Hallwell tries to get there. It just escaped in time. 21, loose in the slot. Dishes to Hallwell. One-timer. What a stop by Davis. Another save off the right pad of Davis, and Alberta will get it out. Here comes Pasemko. Breakaway. Gets wide. And a big save by Gordon Green as Pasemko was in all alone. Tried to wait. And Green waited a little bit longer and was able to keep it out.
Well, it took about 33 minutes before we finally got some sustained action and some stellar goaltending and on both ends here. But that's the kind of ball hockey I've been looking for this game, and now we finally get it with less than 2 minutes left in the game.
And you want to talk about goaltending, it's not necessarily how many saves you make, it's when you make them, and both goalies coming up with big ones there. Newfoundland on a 2-on-1. Here they are moving in, the shot, and that goes wide on the short side. Davis managed to cover it up, and the Alberta defense getting physical as Newfoundland got a little bit close to the crease. Another good stop by Davis, and he'll freeze it for a face-off with less than a minute and a half to go. Alberta leading 3-2.
Yeah, I'm surprised in this game how much individual efforts where forwards are given a howdy-doody to a defenseman, and then they're looking at the ball, and then they just walk right around them. At this level, I'm a bit surprised at how many defensemen are going for that move, and it's on both sides of the ball. You would think that when they've been playing good competition like that, then you cannot look at the ball. You have to look at the body. And there's been at least 5, 6, 7, 8 times where there's forwards that have got the ball, and then they give them a little inside-outside move, and then they're by the defenseman. And that, to me, that's a bit surprising at this level of ball hockey.
Well, as you saw on the left side of your screen there, the team's taking a timeout, and Newfoundland goaltender Gordon Green walking up to the bench, parking himself on it. And with a minute 25 left to go here in the second, Newfoundland will play the rest of this minus a goaltender, or at least until they get an equalizer if they manage to do so. So 6-on-5, minute 25 left to go. Newfoundland looking for the equalizer, missing a couple opportunities in the power play, including 2 5-on-3s. And they'll see if they can find the third goal right here. Face off to the right of Davis. Stuber pokes it ahead and to the blue line, and Alberta will get it out. Number 19, Caller Brown sends it in deep. Stuber goes after it. Loose ball, no goaltender, remember that, and Alberta will take a penalty. And it'll be for a trip. The aggressive forecheck. I believe Hallwell is the one who went into the boards. And so Alberta will get a tripping call with a minute 14 left. Newfoundland will get yet another chance on the power play. Ty Stuber, I believe, is the penalized Rocky. There he goes. And so with less than a minute and a half, minute 14 left here, Newfoundland gets one more chance to go 6-on-4 and see if they can tie this up.
I think what happened there is the Newfoundland players' foot kind of slipped, and then the stick came in from the Alberta player and just kind of helped it along. So it looked probably a little worse than it was, but it's still considered a trip because the stick came in and got his foot.
Now, because the faceoff is just outside the blue line, Gordon Green will come back in goal for Newfoundland until they can get possession and head down the ice. Also worth noting, if Newfoundland does tie the game, we're not looking at overtime in the round robin. It'll get a single point. There goes Green to the bench. The extra attacker hops out, and Newfoundland has a minute to work with here to try and get the equalizer. Here goes number 12, Ethan Street, into the corner. Bothered there by LaPointe. Street gets away from his man, dishes it off. It goes back to the point for Matthew Smith. Sends it across. That's Hallwell once again on the power play. Sends a shot through, but it goes wide. Broaders to the point. There's a shot. Oh, that did not miss by much as Matthew Smith teed it up and slid it along the ground, just missing the far post. Centering pass off a foot. It goes to the side of the net, and Alberta will lob it high and down the floor with 30 seconds to go. Ryan Dawson retreats quickly for Newfoundland. Less than half a minute to find the equalizer. Matthew Smith chips it in high in on Davis, and he bobbles it a little bit, but then manages to stretch out and cover it before Newfoundland could get there with 16.8 ticks remaining on the score clock.
Yeah, he's having a tough time catching balls. I mean, that was high in the air, but a pop fly like that you should be able to get, but he's been mishandling balls in the air.
Face off to the left of Davis, comes back to Hallwell. He wrists it high and wide into the corner with 10 seconds to go. Newfoundland controls, Broaders tries to get rid of it to the point, and it'll be backhanded down the ice by Ben Gerbrand as the seconds tick away. It dribbles into the net for a formality as Alberta will ice this one. Ben Gerbrand sinking the empty netter from his blue line, and Alberta will walk away with a 4-2 victory.
Yeah, that's twice now. The first, there was about 20 seconds ago, a nice backhand, had nice curling weight on it, no icing call, and this one right into the middle of the net. So 2 perfect plays by Alberta to seal the win.
2 seconds left. This face-off will be a mere formality. Alberta will walk away with a 4-2 victory thanks to the empty net goal by Ben Gerbrand to finish that one off. Alberta trailed 1-0, came back to take a 2-1 lead. Then Newfoundland tied it before Tholkley gave him the lead, and Ben Gerbrand iced it. So 4-2, the final score. Big story of the game, Rob. You talk about competition at this level, you need good goaltending, and you really need to be good on your special teams. And Alberta was able to kill off those penalties, including two-man disadvantages, and Newfoundland just could not capitalize on the power play outside of the first one of the night when Hallwell gave them the early lead.
Yeah,
so
they had chances. That one shot from the point there, that barely missed. And that one was probably about 6 inches wide of the post there.
Yep.
And that could have tied the game, but just went wide, and Alberta prevails.
All right, well, thank you very much for watching today's game. Again, the final score, 4-2. The Alberta Rockies defeating the Newfoundland Service Selects. On behalf of my cameraman, Rob Zitlau, I'm Brenton Dreger. Thank you for watching this ICU Video Productions webcast from the 2016 Canadian Junior Ball Hockey Championships from the West End Soccer Centre here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.